I'm making a video for the men who have clicked on today's video. I want to uncover some deeper truths upon, us women, and perhaps the types of women you guys should stay away from, or at least stop giving your attention to. The people we have around us and the people we allow in our lives have a tremendous impact, not only on our self-worth, our capabilities, but also our purpose. And the more that your energy is being drained by, let's say, a partner or a woman, the less ability you have to actually show up in your full cup, that you are able to show up in the fullest way you can. And that's why in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 examples of types of women that perhaps you've experienced. We all have free will and everyone comes into our life for a reason. However, use your discernment moving forward from today's video. Exhibit an amount of discernment that will naturally allow you to respect yourself and bring forth a clear perception of the women you interact with. Starting off with number 1, I highly recommend men being aware, whether you're dating or your past relationships or your future relationships, to how a woman presents herself on social media. Now, yes, we have to have this conversation because a person's social media, although it's, I guess, not necessarily like their real self, it can't be, because we are all so dynamic and complex that a social media page can't signify who a person is. However, it can give you some details upon that person that could be a red flag or a green flag. And I feel like a woman's social media in particular gives men very prominent clues of how she's going to show up in the relationship. And women, and listen, I fell into this trap and it's something I've healed within myself and I'm so grateful for, but it's that need for male validation. And women will do whatever it takes to get to the top. And a lot of women in our society today use their bodies to actually allow themselves to gain something. The way to gain a sense of self-worth and self-validation is through gaining that from another person, whether it be through likes, comments, follows, etc., conversations, where they're exploiting themselves in a way that is based upon just their flesh alone. Their looks, their beauty, their body, you name it. Women will usually prioritize this upon themselves that actually discounts their own self-worth and can create a level of insecurity that a lot of men have a hard time picking up on due to the fact that they're viewing that woman through a sexual lens of lust. And that produces an amount of pleasure for both parties. However, it's very important to see how the woman that you could be dating in the future or could be interacting with, how she represents herself on social media. And a lot of men get caught in this trap and lust over the women who have a lot of followers and show their bodies in specific ways. And they kind of fantasize how that woman could be in a partnership or his desire for her. But what you guys are not becoming aware of is actually the reality of that woman. The reality of that woman is that is her life. Or if she has a career showing her body, that is her life. And you also have to sign up for that. And for a lot of men, they will run into a problem where it actually interferes with the respect that a man wants. And a woman who broadcasts herself in a sexual way for other men, in a relationship or not, is putting herself at risk in some way. And it's a man's job in a relationship to want to protect a woman. And for example, a lot of men have a hard time wanting their women to dress promiscuous, although it's promoted in our society today and it's a form of empowerment, women wanting to dress, however which way they choose, and it's free will, they can if they want. But a woman that cannot take your advice or leadership or criticism even upon how she is presenting herself, it is likely that that will be a problem in the near future for you guys to either separate because, or for one person or one individual to put down the towel of validation and perhaps fully commit to a relationship. Now, second to that is a woman who thrives in drama and has a hard time forming actually solid relationships in her life. A woman whose instinct is to seek out drama, whether it just be through friendships or even in relationships. She thrives in that conflict that allows her body to feel engaged within a response that is due to her childhood and feels familiar to her. We will all seek out familiar habits, familiar people that ignite the same wound as a child to then heal in a partnership. However, a lot of people don't have the awareness around that. So conflict is like a second nature. When things don't go their way, there's a problem. And a woman who cannot communicate effectively to a man, there's going to be a level of disrespect naturally that's going to form through arguments, disagreements, etc. And that can really weaken a relationship. When a person is not willing to confront conflict, drama, problems in a way that is actually having your both best interest in mind and not just one person. A woman who is very stubborn in this way is going to repel a lot of good men away from her, because a man with self-respect will not allow a woman to continuously disrespect him. The attraction for that woman will naturally decrease within that man, where the woman is walking all over him. And to a man, that's a huge turnoff. And I think it's really important for women to be able to listen to their man, and not in this toxic way where you should listen to your man and it's degrading to women. No, but it's being able to be receptive to the needs and wants of another person and not only your own. Being able to engage in a structure and in a way that allows each party to be heard, understood, and then you guys can actually move forward with greater understanding and depth for your relationship. But a woman who is scared of depth is going to be scared of stepping into the unknown with you. The unknown that could actually be correlated to a greater relationship. That could be scary to a woman who has never experienced healthy love. Moving on to number 3 is a woman who undermines her man's abilities. And this can look like him having goals, aspirations, desires, and her discounting that, or her not believing in him. This is something that a lot of partners find themselves in competition with one another rather than realizing you're on the same team. And being able to celebrate your individual wins is something that's very valuable within long-lasting relationships. And I feel like a lot of men and women are against each other right now, are in this blame victim mentality of the other person is doing something to me. And, with that state of mind, it gives you an ability to undermine your partner's greatness, your partner's goals, desires, dreams. So I feel like a lot of men don't get the support they deserve from their woman, because a lot of women feel like they need to compete with men. And for a woman to undermine your greatness can look different from woman to woman, but it's a woman who can't celebrate you, can't celebrate your wins with you. Doesn't motivate you or inspire you, and allows you to feel insecure within maybe your accomplishments, or insecure within your looks or your appearance. A woman who can't give her man a compliment, because if she does that, then he's going to have a boosted ego and all of this. It's really great to support the person you're with. It's really great to be able to engage in not only just your life, but ask your partner questions about their goals, their dreams, their desires. How can I assist you with this? How can I support you with this? How can I be the best partner for you? And this could look different from a week-to-week basis, but a woman who can engage in a success mentality that outweighs any negativity that can naturally already bring a man down. A man is his own biggest self-critic. So a woman who can actually allow you to feel like a man, this is attractive, and this is a woman that you want, not a woman who makes you feel insecure, makes you feel unequipped to your dreams, your desires, and who discounts your greatness. Please be aware of this, because we all want to feel special in a relationship. And a woman who can't do this for a man, there's going to be a sense of lack within the relationship, whether it is said or not. Last but not least, I want to conclude on a woman who has a hard time taking accountability for her life. And this can look like even how she talks about her past relationships. And when she does so, is she victimized by the men that she has chose to be with? Now, this is something that can go overlooked, because when we're with new people, we can form this excitement around, oh, they're going to be so much better than my ex, so I'm going to pour out all the shitty things my ex did to me so I can feel victimized in it. And then perhaps they can give me the love, the attention, the attentiveness that I never got from my past exes. And do you see how this could become a very toxic pattern? And that woman could blame you easier than her just taking accountability for her choices or how she shows up in this world and her own emotional states. Now, women are emotional, and we like to blame a lot of men who invoke these emotions as the problem, when the problem is always going to be represented within us. We're the one who's creating the emotional responses. We're the ones who choose our partners. And for a woman to put a lot of blame upon her past and even talks down about her exes instead of just maybe not opening the can of worms or saying that she at least learned a lesson out of it, this is something to be aware of. These types of women have a victim mentality. And when a woman is victimized by circumstances that she actually chose, there's going to be no personal empowerment or freedom in her own state of mind for her to even be able to perceive you as a teammate. Because if there is an emotional response or reaction, you're going to be in the opposing team fighting against her, even if it is for the betterment of your relationship. So be aware of how the woman in your life now, or perhaps in the past, spoke about their exes, or even spoke about the men in their life, and what is their ideals and their perceptions upon masculinity, and how often is she victimized by her very own choices. Now, obviously, not all women are like this. I really want to make it clear, because I'm not here to blame women and I'm not here to blame men. I'm just here to give us a deeper understanding of the opposite polarities so we can actually bring forth harmony and unity to our relationships, and most importantly, the relationships we have with ourselves. So our next generation can actually see what it means to be in a healthy family unit, within the healthy dynamics that you must have within your own family unit, of your inner child, your femininity and your masculinity, being able to be in harmony with you so you can be able to attract people who also desire that and are working towards that at least. So if you guys like today's video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.